Hello, this is Grandma's Gone Gaming. I'm bringing you episode 9, the tour of my base for the September 2016 base race by Ed Case of TheMobCave. As you can see, there is a little addition to this one ice spike mountain here. There is some lava. So we have fire and we have ice all joined together in one place. I'm going to show you particulars about the castle here, which is a lot more simple inside than it looks like it might be. I'm going to go around this side. As you can see, this side looks like there's nothing ever been here. So I did a little bit of terraforming out here with some snow blocks and stuff, but not a lot. You'll see why after a little while when we get in. Over here on this side, we have the front of the castle, or palace I suppose it might be called. I'm just calling it Fire and Ice Castle. And you can see where the windows are. Now there are most of my iron bars here. There are 12 over here to the left in this area, and some snow blocks have been used here, a few, just a few. When I came in and was in the cavern inside, which fed my whole imagination to get this going, these holes were already in here. This is the way it looked. I only added a few snow blocks out here to cover the bars, but the holes were exactly where they are. They were in this array with the dirt and the snow, so I just filled them with the iron bars. There are 12 iron bars there. And here, this goes into the main set of caverns. And above this door here, and these two windows here, and the window up here, which is a second cavern, which is now connected, I have used the regular ice as a frame, because there really wasn't any place to use it inside where it wouldn't melt. So, because I've got it pretty well lit up in there. So this is the rest of my, or some of the rest of my iron bars. There are 12 over there, and here are also 12. The other 12, one of them is over here. I go around the lava here, and the other one of the other 12 is right here above the door. And then there is an uneven number in front of fireplaces inside. There are 2 and 2 and 3. So that takes care of all of the iron bars. Am I missing something? There are 24. Yeah, that's it. And out here, when I got down, I put in my flooring last, which was really fun because most of the flooring ended up matching perfectly the areas which had been trying to think how to. I just trimmed them a little bit because the caverns themselves were very square, very squarish in the inside, perfect for just making hallways and little rooms, and just a kind of a wandering castle. I've used here the things that I had left over for flooring: soul sand, sand, and gravel, which seemed to me like a perfect set of stuff for the driveway or walkway. We have here 4 of the 5 redstone blocks, and it's a good thing that I'm in creative right now because there are all sorts of bad mobs out here. There's a creeper here, looks like another one over here. I hear a blaze out here somewhere. There are several of the wither skeletons with their lovely famous bows, famous flame bows. And here is the entryway. I added this little bit of ice here around the door. It was just a large gaping hole, so I added the ice in there to just fit it into the biome better. All of these ice spires were already here. I added a little extra lighting just to kind of bring this out when you approach. Otherwise you probably wouldn't see this at all from a distance, except for those redstone blocks down there. It has snowed enough now as I've been going in and out that the walkway is all covered, but it kind of looked neat when parts of it were covered. But you can see that, yes, definitely, there's my, oh, it's coming down fast and furious now. There's some gravel there. It goes in alternating strips here until I ran out of the gravel, and then it changes just to sand and into the soul sand. Okay, so let's go into the door and enter the foyer. And in here, most of this, I have clad this all completely in the packed ice, and then used glowstone for lighting throughout up along the ceiling line, just to give a nice general light everywhere. I used a lot of the spruce to make things like desks and seating. And my bookcases, here are two of them here, bookshelves. And so this whole little area here is the very first area that I came to. And basically this, like I said, I really had to do very little to, just take down a few corners and hanging pieces here and there, but the ceilings were kind of naturally graded to go along with what the floor was doing, and so I just followed the lines. Then it was really a lot of fun. Now we'll go in here later because that leads to the utility part of the castle and the second floor, which is the other cave. Now this is part of the cobblestone here, and the other part is in here. I ran out of numbers and had to use a little bit of the polished andesite here, so I just followed that trend here, and the door back there then leads into the kitchen area, which is almost completely covered in polished andesite. This right here is a 3x7 space, which was here already. Okay, so we had to have 20 diorite, and I just made a little stylized stair line here, and there's 20. 7 times 3 minus 1. And this is the 40 granite, which is fantastic. It just fills this area here to a T and goes down, and I use 3 regular quartz there to go with the quartz stairs. This is the balcony, which comes out here where some of these iron blocks are placed and spaced. There seems to be like an area of rain here in the middle of this, which is so strange. That you don't see that everywhere, just along this line. Now, maybe it's because of the heat of the lava. Who knows? I don't know what it is. It's still plains spikes. Ice plains spikes. Yeah, it's still the same. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go back in. And here we have some more seating made out of spruce wood. Then they have the rest of the bookshelves here, and the elusive blue orchid right there, just to kind of dress things up a little bit. Going down the stairs here, I used these to fill in. I had them all just iron bars with no glass, and decided it was probably a little extra cold in this part of the castle because there's no heating out here in this part, so I put the glass in. So this goes down here, and again, amazingly, this area right here came to exactly 10 floor spaces. So I put in the polished diorite right there. Perfect. And here I actually caved this one out, but I caved it out before I did any of the flooring and was putting the other stuff in, and it just happened to be a 4x4 room, which is 16 oak logs right there. We have some of the hardened clay that's behind several of the desks in the area. I was getting short by the time I did this on the spruce planks, so I just used some of the quartz stairs again and made little headboards and baseboards on the 2 beds in here, which actually this is probably your heater vent over here. It has a hole behind it, as you can see. It's the only way to get those in there is to make that hole. So that's that one bedroom, which is I don't know, could be any bedroom you want it to be. This is just kind of general quarters here, so but I think there's a better place for a master bedroom, so that may be the staff quarters down there. Who knows? And then that is all there is. This cave, that's what it did. It went here, went down there, and went around into that bedroom area, and yeah, it was like one of those straight drops down in there, so ladders were natural. Okay, so I think I covered all the different blocks in there. Again, this is the rest of the cobblestone in here, which makes a nice utility hall. Here, I initially left this down, and then I remembered that I had the hardened clay, so I just kind of did that around on the different desks, and then I decided that kind of looks like a nice escritoire that way. You have a nice little writing desk there, a place to sit and relax while you're doing your daily chores and come out and have a snack, right? That leads upstairs to the other cavern. That's the only way to get there. So in here we have the kitchen area, and it is made big enough so that if the array should have to go in here with the collection articles on it, if it should happen to be, this should be happen to be picked, there is room for it to go in right there. The shelves and the item list there could go away. Not a problem. It could even be pulled out here and in front of some of this. I know it only takes up 5 spaces. I went and checked, and this is 7 spaces wide, so there's room for it to probably just go right into here. So that would be entirely up to Ed. I don't know if it's 2 by 5 or 3 by 5. But anyway, this is one of the fireplaces here. It has 16 of the bricks blocks in here, and it has 2 of the iron things, iron bars, and it has quite a bit of the red nether brick, which I really like. I would have probably just made the whole fireplaces out of if I hadn't had the bricks blocks to work with. Now, in this map, obviously Ed has turned off the what is it, do fire tick rule, and the fire doesn't burn anything out here. Now, in another map, it might be the case that that would have to be removed, and even if you put stuff in front of it, it's still going to catch things on fire if the fire ticks are working. So those would probably have to be come out. I don't know about the magma blocks. I have not tested them to see if they would catch things on fire, but I do know that the flames will. So for now, right now, it has flames and magma blocks in there, and I really like the way it looks, like, you know, banked embers and fire going on top of it. And it sounds so pretty cool. You probably can't even hear it. I do have the sounds turned up quite a bit, but you know, let me check and see what I have them turned on to. I may not have them turned up as much as I'm thinking. Mixer, and no, I had them turned down for playing otherwise. There we go. Let's turn that back up. There we go, and go back in. And now I can't hear the sound at all. Come on, fire. Now what happened? Great. There they go. Now you can hear the roaring of the flames probably, which sounds pretty cool. Alright, it just takes a little time. Over here we have the indoor well. And I had the kitchen, the ovens and the work tables out here further, but it just seemed better to set them back in and just leave this as an open well here. I suppose I could have cut it off here, but I needed the extra polished andesite in here. So by going down and encircling this area, and that comes out pretty well. And over here we just have empty chests. Now in order to get the 3 in a row like this, of course these are the trapped chests, and I remembered at the last minute that I needed to put netherrack in. So by the time I stretched the room out a little further, I needed to have 12 other blocks in here, and I just did that as the little closet area here, little pantry area, so you can put your goodies in there. And that's the kitchen and the work area. Alright, going on up the stairs, the ladder, upstairs with the ladder, we come to the first little area here, which has not been furnished. It's just hallway, and it has all of the mossy cobblestone. This place was exactly, without me counting it beforehand, 32 blocks of actually I did have to move these 3 stairs back. I had put them out here, but they fit better in here anyway, and it was perfect. I used quite a few paintings up here in this area, which won't look the same in vanilla, of course. In Soartex Panver we have a lot of really pretty paintings, several of them that use the flame colors very nicely. So that's what I stuck with through here, and I have one ice painting. Going down here, this was all here. This was all connected. I just kind of trimmed it out and evened it out a little bit. This is the only window that has just glass in it. Didn't have enough iron bars to go around, but that looks out on that same area out there in the front of the castle. And I had put in all of the sofas by the time I did this floor, and the little desk here, and still had just ice in the floors. And the 23 blocks of spruce planks worked in here absolutely perfectly. They go under the sofa as well, and that's the case in all of the different places. All the flooring goes all the way underneath the decorations. So then we have some more little paintings on the wall here, plenty of lighting, and again another big fireplace. A little different arrangement for this fireplace, but it has also 16 of the bricks blocks, some more of the magma cubes. Now that other one up there actually had brick blocks in back behind here, which I don't think this one has. I can't really tell through the fire and the magma cubes, but this one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 all out front. The other one has 14 out front with 2 in the back of the fire. So that makes the 32 of those, and again some red nether bricks in there. To round it out, I have both oak and spruce trees all around the place just to set it off. In the still pictures that I'm putting into the random entry, the entry into the random drawing for what is that, for November, has this picture in it here. And these are just little chests, just storage chests, things to kind of fill up the hallway. And over here is the inside of the special windows here, and these are open to the weather basically. It is a castle, an old-time castle, an ice castle, so people that live here are hardy. This was basically how this was. I did most of the changes on the outside, just adding in the few snow blocks to cover bars out there, but the inside was just like this, except that I think this right here was 3 snow blocks and I put in dirt. Might have made a couple more changes, but I don't recall. But basically when I walked in here with stone all around me, that was there, and it was like, oh, that's what made me decide for sure this is going to be the castle. I love this part. Here we have another storage chest out here, and this is the ice. It's a stormy sea, it looks like, but that's my ice picture, the blue one. And this really is my favorite room in the castle. This is the master bedroom here, as far as I'm concerned. Could be whatever you would like it to be if you were playing it, but yeah, it has another little fireplace and ran out of bricks blocks, so we have the all made with the red nether brick all the way through here, and the flooring as well just seemed to be cozier that way, and a nice little place. Some storage chests here, a little scarf on the table here. Yep, and that's basically it. Basically, that is it. So it's not real big and it's not real fancy. It is big, I guess, if you consider that it takes up a large part of the mountain, the Ice Spikes Mountain. But it's not. It's sparsely furnished. But then a lot of the, the old medieval castles were. They didn't have a lot to them. So yep, they have all of the different blocks. Everything's here. The water's in the kitchen there, the lava's out there on the outside. All of the different blocks that we had to collect are here. And there we have it. And there's a beautiful night starting up. Will probably snow again. Yep. And here with this clear view and the snow not coming down, you can kind of see there's a nice inviting door open there. But generally speaking, you wouldn't be seeing that. It just kind of blends right in because of the dirt and the spruce. Yeah, I like it. I like the way it came out. And yeah, there you go. I had a lot of fun with it, and I hope you enjoyed the tour through the Fire and Ice Castle. And I want to thank Ed for the wonderful base race. It was just grand fun. And also for all of the rest of you that have played this particular one. It was fun watching all of your videos. Just really enjoyed it. Lots of fun. And I'm looking greatly forward to seeing what comes up for October. Thank you, everybody, and thanks for watching, and bye for now.